It's Queer Stars, and we're here to be who we are. Welcome to Queer Stars. I want to just chat with you a bit about some gender stuff while I'm doing my crafting. I'm a witch, and welcome to my stitching bitch. I'm making a present for my friend. She's a rad mom, an herbalist witch. She has twins. They are a miracle on the earth. So I'm going to craft while I chat. And I want to make some space. I want to make some space in this practice in relationship with the stars to share about star magic with people and inspire people to feel into their relationship with the sky. Because as we are awakening to a drama free life without prisons and without slavery, we have to think deeply about where we're at. I look for oracles all the time, so usually I'll pick up tarot on this channel. But today I want to even open it up to my crafting project and just share a little bit about how I use oracle everywhere. Art is an oracle. Um, there's many ways where art is a portal. This is a poppy I made. This is a portal. This is a portal to a lot of things through me through the poppy. What is a portal poppy to you? Do you see art as a portal? Do you see poppies as a portal? I see both as a portal. So for me to make art as a portal of a poppy was really intense. How was it for you? For you, you're probably like, oh, whatever. It's just a piece of paper. Looks like a child made it. The fact that it looked like a child made it even more intense for me. I was like, whoa, so high vibe. I felt I wedded the old and the new. I felt like I wedded all the grandpas and all the soldiers and all of Flanders Field and all of the Wizard of Oz and all of my childhood and my dreams and all of those who survived and needed something to stop the pain. Those dreamers, oh, Poppy, this is intense for me. It reminds me of November. Samhain, growing a big mustache, and trying to process manhood. This reminds me of a prostate. I have really a belonging here with transformation and death and pleasure and rebirth. That's through the prostate portal. I do see things as portals to queerness. I'm a queer witch. I can't help it. But yeah, what needs to die and transform? That's a nice oracle. We need to do so much. I mean, I'm just feeling like bringing forward some of the magical work that I find is a survival to me daily to make it through life that's trying to pretend to be so real and with uncertainty and so about productivity. It's really colonized our relationships with time and pleasure and productivity and what we're going to do with our creative energy. People are like, oh, I'm not an artist. Oh, I don't believe in magic. Well, do you know what magic is? Magic is liberation and healing. So if you're breathing, you're doing that and you're doing magic. Ha ha ha. Also eating, also existing, to me it's all magic. Do you know it's all just like a bunch of rainbows assembling themselves in some tangible form, but once you dissect that, it's just energy? We can shapeshift too, quite a lot. I love portals. They do make a difference. Portals to me are real thoroughfares in time and space for movement and relationship, and they are real. So, we got an Aquarius moon today. I have an Aquarius moon. I'm just going for it. I don't care. This is me. Do you see the oracle here? It says a dummy spelling danger. What a funny message. We talk about oracles in nature as the word augury. That means you see a sign in nature. Ooh, what does it mean to see a falcon and a goose? And I guess this bird's called a dummy. A dummy spelling danger. The dummy bird, center, has been used to show how chicks respond to danger. When it was pulled through the air short and frontward, it resembled a predatory falcon on top. Chicks froze in terror when they saw it. Pulled the other way, it looked like the harmless goose on the bottom. And the chicks ignored it. It seemed that they feared the falcon image only because it was new. They had seen the geese before and knew there was nothing to fear. What an amazing oracle. Okay, chickens, are you picking up on this? This is deep, actually. This is like about our hippocampus. Do you realize that affects your temporal thing? Do you realize that's the dragon that's lightning down all your reactions, going, what, when, who, where, how? From memory, I do inspect it to be like this, and I do have this reaction. Do you understand that memory based and reaction of emotion is from that temporal lobe of that dragon, which goes down all of your shoulders and goes, did you say? Get tight legs. What you gonna say? Reactions. But whether or not we expect to is based on memory. That's why I say the hippocampus. It's a funny little seahorse looking thing in the deep memory. It does control whether or not the kids are going to think it's this or that or think of it as danger or not. A dummy spelling danger. That's such a cool story. Anyways, let's unlearn what we learned to fear now. I really want to just be with the world as it truly is. Myself, everything else. What a beautiful thing. I just think this is so deep. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to read a poem, okay? Louder as it gets hungrier and hungrier. In certain instances, birds of different species seem to use thousands to cooperate with each other. For example, titmice, chickadees, woodpeckers, and others often hunt for food in mixed groups. When one of these birds finds a food supply, it signals that bind in such a way that all species in the group will understand. Different species do not really speak one another's language, but they seem to have a basic understanding of the other bird's sounds, at least where food is involved. This might be compared to the English-speaking person's ability to pick up a French newspaper and understand the major point of an article without being able to translate most of the minor details. Across difference, can we learn each other's language? Can we at least get the basics? We are humans. Across difference, there's such interesting things that we can learn from birds and across difference. And with language, I really appreciate that augury. Thank you, Craft Oracle. I'm enjoying the Craft Oracle. Are you? I've got some dice here I found in my room. They are astrology dice. We've got 1, Pluto, and Virgo. I'm doing some shadow work. Yes, I am. And so should you. It's healing to work with shadow. And all shadow is the unseen, okay? Shadow is many things. Shadow, maybe you could say, is like negative emotion or the ego or hidden emotion. I don't necessarily think it's always negative for sure. And I wouldn't even put negative generally in hidden all the time. It's just usually we do hide negative emotion and there is a density to it and a lower vibration because we want to hide and there's a lot of fear and shame and a lot of things in the dark. But Pluto, the underworld, rules all subconscious desire. It's so charged, nourishing darkness. I love working from there. I love working with magic and the unseen, and I'm offering that to you. First house, I'm a witch. I'm gonna talk about the underworld, the unseen. That's right. I'm not mad about it. Let me just have a moment here with a journal. It says Venus Pluto. I like that. Venus Pluto. What does that mean to you? I like it. Just love the underworld. Love from there, with there. I like it. As a heart and Mercury and the moon symbol around it. Venus Pluto. I wonder why. Death practices. Psychic. Reduce, remove, recycle 3D. That's what I just saw. All right. Well, that's the first house of Virgo work we got to do with Pluto. It's just kind of reduce, reuse, recycle 3D for ourself. The first house, our identity. Good message. I'm going to come over here to the Scottish witchcraft book because that's part of my identity. And it says, Chonik mi aschachan sachano rum chanik mi atcheg lichim hula chwa mi achwa gun graim nakroin di sanik mi fine nakrad bain soleim. And I have no idea. I butchered that. I have no idea. This roughly translates in Scottish Gaelic as, what its back to me turned, I beheld the young foal. And with its back to me turned, I beheld the young foal, and the snail and the bear flag in motion so slow. Without taste of food, lo, the cuckoo I heard, then judged that the year would not prosperously go. With its back to me turned, I beheld the young foal, and the snail and the bear flag in motion so slow. Without taste of food, lo, the cuckoo I heard, then judged that the year would not prosperously go. Oh dear, it's unlucky to see a cuckoo or see a foal or a snail before breakfast. Oh dear. I would consider myself considerably lucky if I saw a foal and a snail before breakfast and if I heard a cuckoo. Okay? Don't believe everything you read. That's what I make of that. But I do really like this guy. I'm stoked to learn about what the old lore was, and I'm stoked that they put those little things in a poem. And they're picking up augury. That's what they're saying. I guess maybe they think that's a bad sign, but I don't think it's always a bad sign to see those things. I don't believe in that. Maybe somebody was that was like a bad sign for them, and it was like a story about that. I don't necessarily think these things work like that, though. In my experience, they are lucky sometimes or not, depending on the meaning of your life. Magic is so subjective. There are messages from your guides and helpers from the other world aspecting this one and relating to you through all kinds of signs. They happen through your experiences, they happen inside and out of you. This is really cool. Bow starters reminds me of someone I care about very much. That's a cool image. Just want to show that as augury. And if they're watching, they'll know who they are. Whoop whoop, spark it up. Keep it lit. Oh my gosh, you guys. This book is so good. The Wound is a world. Okay? By Billy Ray Belcourt. This book is so tragically good and gay. It's so sad and so brilliant. There is no beautiful left. A guy like you doesn't belong on Grindr, lol, 1:54 a.m. There is no beautiful left. Last week I choked up every time I spoke. This is the closest I'll get to speaking my language, 1:55 a.m. Are you looking for a man with an ocean in him? 2:12 a.m. Once upon a time, I only fuck men who know I am beautiful for all the wrong reasons. 2:12 a.m. The past pours itself onto my feet. Did it hurt when you dropped us from the sky, Nikawi? 2:20 a.m. What is the cost of falling into a body like yours? 2:25 a.m. My safe word is amen. 2:27 a.m. Thank you. I love that book. So I found this outside of a local art place, and I really think this is a cool omen. It says sea life mazes. Mazes to me and labyrinth magic are something I'm really working on, and I thought these were really cool little magic ones. Look at the dolphins, sharks. See that to me? This is really big magic. Can you see the astrology wheel in here? You can see the old magic all over the world. They built all the Stonehenges full of labyrinths, thousands of years. What's up with that? That there's hundreds of them. The Sami people built in the north in my ancestry. What's up with the fact that the mazes are all over the world? Look at these sharks in here, bridging duality. Look at this image for children. It's one of the most magical things I've come across today. Makes me happy magic's pollinated throughout the world. Doesn't it make you happy? It makes me happy. Everything can become an oracle. This artist made an oracle deck. This is called The Offering. Everything's an offering. Everything. It's overwhelming. I got overwhelmed opening up to this, okay? Just breathe. Just receive the earth. Breathe in. Kind of overwhelming when you realize what life is. You know? How are you doing today? You have got some important work to do, and you're doing really great. I'm sure you came across this video because you needed what I need. You need reassurance, grounding, some insight, and a message. You need oracles. So if this is tracking for you and working, I hope it does. Okay. I just think oracles exist everywhere, so I'm playing with this as a medium today, neglecting the craft project. I don't think I'm going to give my friends this dummy dangers thing, but I think it's so deep. I'll give her something else. I made a really cool book. I might give her the book. Ace of Hearts. Ooh. I love the people in my life so much. I feel reborn through it. I'm having a rebirth through the people in my life. Friends, family, just diversity of people. I just keep being blown away by loving connection. It's reminding me, it's really reflecting Three of Hearts too. That's the Three of Cups. These are cups, hearts, normally in the tarot. It's reminding me of my belonging. It's making me feel really at peace. In my mind, I just saw Two of Swords, Two of Diamonds. Yeah. Anyways, this tiny tarot you can find in a playing card deck is kind of fun. Those are nice messages. I do really feel like that. You know, it's Aries Chiron season, the sun on it, Mercury retrograde in it, and we're all thinking about it. I believe Saturn Neptune conjuncted today. That's dreamy. There's some agreements going on in dreamy places today. That reminds me of these dreamy synchronistic connections I'm having that are returning me to my place of belonging, you know, feeling like really like I have love that loves me and I love it, and such a good feeling. I've been on a pilgrimage for a while, having a lot of confusion, change, so it's always nice to have that moment. I like that pull. So we're gonna look at the Brothers Grimm, okay? This is such a cool book. I'm obsessed with this book. Ha 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 ha! So much oracle magic. Number 30. The Louse and the Flea. Okay. Settle back. This is 2 pages long. The Louse and the Flea. We're going to settle in for a little myth here, okay? From the ancestors of the British world. A louse and a flea kept house together and were brewing beer in an eggshell. I love this story already. When the little louse fell in and burnt herself, at this the little flea began to scream loudly. Then said the little door, "Little flea, why are you screaming?" Ooh, the door talked too. "Because the louse has burned herself." Then the little door began to creak. At this the little broom in the corner said, "Why are you creaking, little door? Why have I not reason to creak? The little house has burnt herself. Sorry, the little louse has burnt herself. The little flea is weeping." So the little broom began to sweep frantically. Then a little cart passed by and said, "Why are you sweeping, little broom? Have I not reason to sweep? The little louse has burned herself. The little flea is weeping. The little door is creaking." So the little cart said, "Then I will run," and began to run wildly. And then the garbage heap by which it ran. "Why are you running so, little cart? Have I not reason to run? The little louse has burnt herself. The little flea is weeping. The little door is creaking. The little broom is sweeping." The garbage heap said, "Then I will burn furiously." I began to burn in clear flames. A little tree stood near the heap and said, "Garbage heap, why are you burning? Have I no reason to burn? The little louse has burnt herself. The little flea is weeping. The little door is creaking. The little broom is sweeping. The little cart is running." The little tree said, "Then I will shake myself," and began to shake herself, so that all her leaves fell off. A girl who came up with her water pitcher saw that and said, "Little tree, why are you shaking yourself? Have I not reason to shake myself? The little louse has burnt herself. The little flea is weeping. The little door is creaking. The little broom is sweeping. The little cart is running. The little heap is burning." At this, the girl said, "Then I will break my little water pitcher." And she broke her little water pitcher. Then said the little spring from which ran the water, "Girl, why are you breaking your water jug? Have I not reason to break my water jug? The little louse has burned herself. The little flea is weeping. The little door is creaking. The little broom sweeping. The little cart's running. The little heap is burning. The little tree is shaking itself." "Oh no," said the spring. "Then I will begin to flow." And began to flow violently. And in the water everything was drowned. The girl, the little tree, the little garbage heap, the little cart, the little broom, the little door, the little flea, the little louse, all together. That's why they call it the Brothers Grimm. Now go to bed, little child. Sweet dreams. No wonder we're still recovering from this violent society and have a lot of lateral violence because no, actually that reminds me of a Taoist meditation where you in Taoism you practice there's these meditations that are brilliant for shedding all of the senses. You shed first like all your belongings, all your possessions, all your relationships, everything outside of yourself, all of and then you shed like your touch and your sense and your smell, you shed all of your senses, you shed your name, you shed everything. And you end up down to like nothing. And it's a purification ritual. Then you add them back, which is wild. This one's kind of backwards from that. They're activating all of them into a hyper state, and then they all drown together because this is about the waters too. In the end, that floods it. I would say they're all flooding. This one's about flooding, and the little creature, the lice and the flea. They're little, so like you almost want to think about our worries as and stress as like and that's what fleas sound like. Okay, yeah, not other things. They're actually tiny too, so usually it's good to remember like our stresses really are like and it will ruin your moment, like, and you'll just like activate and flood because of that. Leave you alone, it changes everything. But if you don't flood and you don't raise the alarm and you don't spread that around, it goes better. Because look where it might go. It's sort of like a spark of fire causing wildfire, and this is the water version. It's emotions. It's like spreading the emotional stress, and then literally cause an actual flood, and everyone died. It's about the power of manifestation. Creepy story. Really good. Good job. Good oracle. All right, I'm gonna end it there. 22 on the clock. I'm Otis Elevator. I am the witch on the job. I'm born 222. Woo! I love witchcraft. I love oracle magic. Have fun in the portal. See you next time. Like and subscribe. Come back for more. Check out my teachings. Get a reading. See you later, queer stars.